Hey YouTube, it's me, Journey6, and excuse me. Tonight, I'm here with a video of a very different kind. This video is a very rare video for me. I'm gonna let you guys in on a very, very personal and painful experience that I had, but it was one of, I'll say, tragedy and triumph, depending on what your definition of both of those terms are. When I was in my early 20s, I had an experience. It was kind of short-lived, maybe for about 2 months. I was homeless. And when I say homeless, I mean homeless. I had broken up with my with my daughter's father. And I had absolutely nothing when we broke up. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a place to go. My home was in California. Of course, Texas was his home, so he was okay. It was not a cordial breakup. It was very bitter. Very, very bitter. Anyway, that experience for me was an eye-opener. It was actually one that kind of changed my life. What happened after we broke up, the apartment that we lived in, I knew the lady that moved in there, and I actually paid her to stay with her, to stay in that apartment, sleep on the floor for 2 weeks. That was not a very pleasant experience. Anyway, that didn't work out. So I ended up leaving there, but I never left the apartment complex because there was an apartment that was vacant in that complex. And me and my daughter, who at the time was a year old, would spend the night in that apartment. And I'm sure the neighbors downstairs heard us up there. We would, I would go in at night and curl up in a corner in the living room by the window. And so that so I could keep her warm, and so that I could see if anybody was coming up those stairs into that apartment. But I locked it, of course. Anyway, what I learned, well, first let me tell you how I got out of the situation. It just so happens there was my boyfriend's great aunt actually was the person to help me out. I called her. You know, I had called everybody, I had talked to everybody I knew. Friends, I tell you, when you get in a situation like that, then you know what a friend is and who your friends really are. I learned in that experience that a friend is a precious thing and that I didn't have any. But anyway, what I did do, I called my ex-boyfriend's great aunt, and she let me come and live with her. And this was after being homeless for, I'll say, about a month. And she allowed me to get on my feet and move out of her house. And it was, I was so grateful for this lady. I can't imagine what I would have done without her. I don't know what I would have done without her. And you know, that goes to show too also, I never had a really close relationship with her, but I was always respectful to her, and I always, you know, showed her the respect that I felt she deserved as an elderly person, because my mom always taught us that you know, you respect your elders. That's the way I was raised. Anyway, she allowed me to stay at her house and use her car to take care of my business, and you know, just was a blessing to me and my daughter. She taught me some things about raising a child, in which I really appreciated her. And you're probably asking, well, where was my mother? My mother was nowhere around, and that's a whole nother story that I may or may not share with YouTube. I'm not sure about that one. But anyway, after I got on my feet, and I moved out of her place, and I got into my own little Section 8 apartment, and I started going to nursing school, and you know, the rest is pretty much history. But what I had promised myself was that I would never, ever, as long as I had breath in me and a functional mind and body, that I would never allow myself to get in that position again, because I felt like I failed at life. That's what I felt like. I had really failed at life. So my goal after that experience was to master life. And that is still my goal. It is really hard when you have to really humble yourself and ask people not to just feed you, but to feed your baby. Or don't even feed you, but please feed your baby. That's a really, really humbling experience. So people wonder why right now, you know, no matter what I have or what I don't have, I will be humble with it or without it. The humility that I gained in that experience is actually part of my personality now. There's been a whole lot of things that happen on YouTube, you know, and I refuse to feed negativity or respond to crazy stuff. You know, that's because I know what's really important in life. And like I said, that brief homeless experience taught me a lot. So for those people that can't help but be homeless and they need help, and people look like kind of shun away from them, you never know what a person is going through. And you might look at a person who's really doing well, and you never know the sacrifices that they made to get where they are, and why they are where they are, and why they chose a certain path. But anyway, that was just something I wanted to share with you guys, and I just really felt like sharing that with YouTube tonight. So anyway, I really don't know what to say. Just that it is what it is, and it was what it was, and it taught me a lot. And if anybody else is out there having a similar experience, you know, just never give up hope. Never give up on yourself. You know, because you can make it. God bless. This is Jernigan 6. Peace. Talk to you later.